One of the big problems is that we haven't developed those relationships between primary and secondary care yet, and until we start doing that, we're not going to start solving the problems. So I think that's the important thing, is engaging and getting inclusivity in there. And people want to make a big difference. They want to improve the quality, they want to make the patient's journey a lot better. But in order to do that, we have to work with each other collaboratively to see how we can move forward. And that was coming out in that workshop. One of the big challenges with getting activity coming out of the hospital is building the clinical confidence. And of course, we discussed the quality of referrals. Well, you don't know if you've got a poor referral if you haven't got that engagement and feedback. It's not as bad as everybody says, and we focus too much on the negativity rather than the positives. And I think this is something the optom community needs to do, is champion themselves. They're doing a good job out there, and we need to hear more about it and how they're contributing to a patient experience. When we first approached optometry first, we effectively went for what somebody later termed as a big bang. We wanted to introduce all the services, and your first point of contact was going to be an optometrist, and we'd try and get treatment to resolution in as many areas as possible. The reality of it is that we can't do that. We haven't got the clinical confidence there yet, and possibly we haven't got the capacity. So we've gone through that incremental stage now of looking at different pathways, seeing what the priority is for a particular area, solving one problem at a time. And when they've done that, we can incrementally move on to the next thing. So hopefully one day we'll get to that point where if you've got an eye care problem, you're going to go to an optometrist or the most appropriate clinician. It might not necessarily be an optometrist, and you're going to get treated to resolution as early as possible in your journey. Whereas at the moment, you might go for your optometrist for an eye test. Some provide those other enhanced services, but the majority of the time you end up in a hospital and you don't need to be there. You've got autonomous clinical practitioners in practice, and they can deal with you, and we need to find a way to empower them to do that and carry those services through.